and Shaka are underground to figure out the true meaning of democracy. The world stage is set for a show, but we're not seeing the bigger picture. And the Jims play the theoretical game of what if. Say goodbye to our advertisers and hello to a possible ban on this episode of Breuer's Bunker. Whoa.
Hey, Mike.
What's going on, man?
Hey, can you hear me good?
Yeah. Are you in a closet?
I am in a closet.
You never fail to amaze me, man. That's awesome.
I am in the closet. People didn't know that about Jim Breuer. I don't think I ever had that question. I don't think I ever had the question, you think Jim Breuer's in the closet?
Well, he is today.
Well, I can officially say today. Where's the camera?
It's one of those.
That's the camera. Today I'm in the closet.
There you go.
How'd your week go?
It was good, man. It was really good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm going to put my headphones in.
All right. Yeah. Pop them in.
And then it's the whole thing. I'm a believer.
Metallica's new covers of the Monkees.
Oh, boy.
Then it's the whole face. Yeah, I'm a believer. You know I am. All right. How come the volume on this thing isn't there? Hold on a second. Should be. Here we go, Mike. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Now I've got you.
Yep.
Now I can hear you loud and clear. How you been, Mike? So, for the time being, this is my newest studio. Like, this is in my house. And I think I'm going to be closet boy. I really do. So, I may need you to come down. Maybe we put something funky right here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Like, do we put a green screen behind this sucker? I'll take suggestions, whatever you people think I should be putting behind me. Or is this just lunacy? And like, do we even need to look professional and amazing? I don't know.
It's your podcast, man.
It is. See, like I see when I see you, Mike, I get like, wow, that looks so real and professional. Where I just look like some dummy, which I am a dummy, but
I'm just the guy running your shit. You're the one doing all the stuff, man.
Well, I don't know. You do a lot of the yeah. I just show up for the gig. You manage the game, and I go, where you want? When am I up? Let me know when I'm up. And I get up and I hit the ball, and your guy doing the and the crowd and the music. So, I got a question for you. I know we have Shakaloo on today, Jimmy Shaka. Did we ever talk about on here how me and Shaka, we went to high school and then we lost touch and how we got reconnected? You probably don't even remember. Even if we talked about it, you probably don't even remember.
I want to say, yeah. I want to say it was way back in the earlier episodes. I think that was like one of the whole things we brought Shaka on and how you guys reconnected. It was at like a show or something, right? It was at a yeah. Yes.
But there's there's this whole other you know what? Well, I think we'll talk about that once we have Shaka on. But I was riding around with my daughter last night we ride our bicycles at night. And she's 17, and she started getting all this like heavy talk. Like, Dad, do you believe in this? And do you think it's weird that XYZ? And we started getting the stories, and I started telling her some of the stories of like my life that weirded me out. And it's kind of cool. I remember me and Shaka would go through stuff like that. I mean, we're talking just high school kids, 18, 19 years old. And we'd always say, even throughout the years, like, isn't that weird? Isn't that crazy? And he had the greatest thing. He'd always say, no, it's normal. The rest of it is crazy. I'm like, that's such a great saying. So anyway, I started thinking of that, and I told her, hold on. I started telling her all these other stories that have happened that are just they're so bizarre in my life. And they're funny, they're entertaining, but I'll save it. But it's just amazing that Shaka is one of those people. But I bet you Shaka is all riled up to do. Shaka also likes going on like Rumble, right? Goes on Rumble, and someone told me I should get on Twitch. What's Twitch?
I don't know about Twitch, but I've seen a lot of people in the comments saying that you need to get a Rumble.
Yeah, well, here's my question about Rumble. Is it do they monetize, or better yet, do they show videos?
Rumble, I believe, shows videos. Monetization, not sure on all that. All I know is that a lot of people say, especially with the bunker stuff, you have less chance of it getting taken down or censored or some shit.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I mean, we haven't done anything that really hasn't either come to surface, and I'm sure there'll be a lot of that today, or something that has to be like, oh, that's so. Either way, it's just with all the things on the internet, there's no reason to edit anything unless it's pure violence. It's pure disturbing, disgusting. It's morally wrong. I don't know who's gonna decide what that is, though. All right, everything I just said, throw it out the window. Let's bring on Jimmy Shaka. And by the way, we've reached over 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. That's fun.
Yeah, it's like 105, 106.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I mean, for other people, we started off at a low number, especially
you were
for
at
us.
Like 90 something. You were at like 94,000 or something.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. We just
can only go up, man.
Yeah, it keeps going up. That's kind of cool.
All right, let me give you a Shaka.
Jimmy Shaka. What's up? How you doing, Shaka?
What's going on?
Where are you?
I'm at Dr. Tom's. Remember Dr. Tom?
Oh yeah. All right. Hold on. For the audience.
Yeah.
So me, Shaka, and this guy Tom Mercanti.
Yeah.
We went to Nassau Community College on Long Island, and when we went there, I signed up for acting. I want to be an actor. Tom was in the acting too. Shaka was not. He was out of school. He was done with school.
Right.
And so I was getting lead roles in plays. I was feeling really good about being in theater. I was like, I still want to redo the plays I did. I did When You Coming Home, Red Ryder. I loved that play. I was the bad guy in that play. I loved it. And my first play was called Wait Until Dark, which
Dr. Tom.
Mike let me know. I have a picture of it. I have a picture, I believe, of the playbook, and I also have I have a picture of the clip. Maybe Tom has it. Anyway, we did this play, and Beth, who is Beth, the blonde girl?
Right.
She played the blind girl to Wait Until Dark. Anyway, we did a play. It was called Wait Until Dark. I thought I was I just thought I was the top of the world. And then the more we got to know Tom's like always in shape, built guy, good looking guy. Didn't want to go out with Tom. If Tom was joining the pack, you're like, dude, I don't want to go out with Tom. I'm getting second, third dips. No one's looking my way with Tom. His shoulders are here. His chest is good. I'm out. Dark. I'm not hanging out. And we had the best time. And Tom's father was a famous referee with Ali Frazier. The Ali, right? Ali.
That's right. Ali Frazier fight at Madison Square Garden, like the biggest fight in the world.
Tom's father was the ref, and Tom Tom would tell us, like, my dad would make me do push-ups every single morning, every single day. Get up and start your day with push-ups. I guess his father was military. I don't know. But anyway, just a little background. And then we kind of lost touch with Tom.
Yep.
And then you started bringing him back up, Shocky.
Hold on. No. This is what happened. We were doing the Sirius radio show, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And then one day, I think you said, "Ow, my back is hurting" or something, and this guy calls in and he says, "Hey, let me ask you, do you drink a lot of coffee?" And you're like, "Yeah, that's all I do. I live on coffee." I'm like, "Yeah, I got a pain in my back too." Like, well, if you have too much coffee, it might it creates this chemical and blah blah blah. And we're like, "Wow, you're really smart. Are you a doctor?" And he goes, "No, I'm just I drive like a pharmaceutical truck or something." And they go, and then we said, "We're going to call you Dr. Tom."
Wow, I remember that.
Right? And then a month we go, "We're going to call you Dr. Tom, and anytime we have a question, we're going to call on you." Okay, great.
Dr. Tom, yeah.
We hang up. About a month later, we're like, "You have another medical question about something." We go, "We got to call Dr. Tom. Did anybody take his phone number?" Like,
right. That's how we're almost like we are here, just so unprofessional.
Right.
Really, 4 bananas hanging out. The 3 of us kind of grew up together, and we're just like, "Yeah, no, we were supposed to." Oh well, yeah.
So anyway, so then we go on air. We go, "Calling Dr. Tom."
Wow, I remember that.
And then his neighbor happened to be listening to the show. And he go, "Hey, that friend of yours from college that you told me about, he wants you to call on the radio show. I took down the number." And that's how we got like reconnected with Tom after all those years. How crazy is that?
That is crazy. And I do remember that. Like, we didn't even know it was Tom McCanty. I don't remember him coming out and saying that immediately.
No,
it was Dr. Tom. And I'm surprised he didn't say anything.
Right. And we wound up, no, he wasn't the original guy, right? The original guy was like a truck driver or something.
Okay, this is why I'm confused. I'm like, wait a minute, I don't know. Okay.
Yeah. And then he winds up, when we were calling out to try to find the truck driver again.
Yes.
Because none of us knuckleheads wrote down his number. Right. The other Tom, our friend Tom, happened to call in because his neighbor happened to be listening to the show.
That's right.
Right. So, all these years later, I'm still like, we're all still friends.
So he's down in South Carolina, right? Yeah. Charleston or?
Yeah, Charleston.
So the last time I saw him, it was years ago, and I guess he was single, went through a divorce. I think so. I don't remember, but I do remember going, "Man, my feet hurt." And we're eating dinner. He's like, "What do you mean your feet hurt?" "Well, my feet hurt." Because where exactly in your feet does it hurt? Like, is it on the side? Is it underneath? Like, is it near the? It's very important. You tell me exactly. I'm like, whoa, easy. He goes, and then I realized, like, whoa, this guy. I'm afraid to tell him where my feet hurt right now because I don't want to hear I got some crazy stuff. But he definitely made me start eating better after that trip because he told me something about my feet and it's connected to wherever and blah blah blah. Is he there to say hello?
He was here. Yeah, no, he's
working
right now. Yeah.
Oh, so you're staying at his place? That's so cool. You visit him?
Yeah, all the time. And it's it's an hour flight, hour and a half flight. It's like nothing.
Yeah, it really is. It's an easy fight for you.
Driving these days with gas and everything, it's like $150 round trip. It's crazy.
Well, my daughter went to go visit someone last weekend. She's like, "Dad, can I borrow the car?" I'm like, "Sure, but you got to take the gas guzzler." And she comes home like, "Hey, how was your trip? How was your?" She's like, "Dad, it was like $95 to fill the gas tank. Like, what the hell is going on? Can't the president do, like, I don't understand." Like, "Yeah, get in line, kiddo." Yeah. Now she's like, yeah. She's been paying a little more attention since then.
Isn't it funny how Trump said, "Oh, Biden gets in, you're going to see $7 gas prices." And look where we are.
I just came from California. I was visiting Joe Sib out there. I did a show and reawaken, and I come back.
Oh, cool.
It was $6 and change. $6.
Oh my God.
$6. Now you know that's eventually coming east.
Right.
That's insane. Here in Florida, we already jumped up $1. We went from $3.50 to $4.50 overnight. Like, what? What is good? Anyway, so what are you working on this week? Got some bunker stuff? Because I got some good stuff too.
You ready to save the world? Is that where we're going?
Let's save the world. Should I get my sunglasses on?
Well, we're going.
Are we going there?
We're going there. Yeah.
Hold on. I got to get my sunglasses. Hold court. I got to get my sunglasses.
We're going to go deep. We're going to go bright. The future is bright. And the good news is there's nothing to worry about. There's nothing to worry about ever in general. But there is no crisis. There is no, we're not going to war. Nothing like that. Everything is okay.
Okay. Now I can do this. All right. I'm excited about this.
Good.
I like your enthusiasm.
Yeah.
Where are we going?
It's funny. You know what's weird? I was just talking to a normie, right? Somebody who I would consider, like just a regular person, like a dental hygienist or something, and we would, as soon as we started talking, she's like, have you ever heard of, or what do you think of this Ukraine thing, right? And then we started talking about the Ukraine thing, and she goes, oh, have you ever heard of this Nasara thing? All of a sudden we started like talking like, you know, like talking about all this kind of crazy stuff that we talk about, but it's just like regular people sitting around having coffee. They're having conversations like this. But the strange thing is that I almost feel like, we always heard stories about communist Russia where the people would talk, but they would have to talk in whispers about what's going on in the country and what's going on with the government. We're there.
We're there.
We're there.
We're there. And you know, when we got there, it was such a brilliant plan. So I learned I would go to this coffee shop. Okay. And one of the guys came from Romania. There's a lady from China, communist China. And the other guy is from Portugal. All three, when the pandemic was starting, all three said the same thing. You guys have no clue what's going on right now. This is, and they all said the same thing. I can't believe this is happening in America. Like I never thought I'd see this in America. I came here thinking I would never see this in my life.
Like to get away from it there or whatever.
Correct. And the guy, the guy from Portugal, he was saying, he goes, he would sit in a coffee shop and he goes, you don't understand. What you're talking about here in the coffee shop, once it's here, you don't know who's listening, who's your enemy, who's snitching on you. And guess what? They tell who they have to tell, and they don't get you out in front of everyone. They just come to your house in the middle of the night, and they're like, come with us, say goodbye to your family, and anyone else have anything they want to talk about? And that's it. You're gone. And I'm like, what? No. He's like, oh, I'm telling you. And it was shortly after that. If you see anyone without a mask, report them.
Right.
Tell them to the proper authority. You don't want to die, do you? You want to do the right thing, the responsible thing. You want to snitch on anyone who's not listening to the responsible human reaction, and we'll make sure you get a little trophy. They did it. They did it.
And since when is it we do?
And those people still exist.
Yeah, but since when is it that we make all our like country decisions because we don't want to upset somebody, right? Like what do they call them? Karens, where they like have a fit. You know, if
a 2-year-old, you took their baba away, and now they're stomping on the street and they're laying on the floor, and everyone, instead of letting the kids scream and yell and let them be there and go, okay, have fun with this. They
done crying.
They give them a piece of ice cream. Here, have an ice cream. Shut up.
Right. And it's like we're making this, political decisions in the politics of it all. Because, well, these people would get upset, and some
manufactured, wrapped up scent, manufactured scent, racism scent, genders scent.
Right.
If you can't see, this is so manufactured, scripted, well rehearsed, very well rehearsed. Months and months and months ahead of time, because just like in any war, whether it's a violent war, whether it's a fight, when you go to fight, you don't just show up in the ring. You study your opponent. You know their habits. You watch every move. You learn them mentally. You learn them physically. So you know how to attack, and when they attack, how to use defense and how to counterattack. That, when they talk about simulators, there's simulators coming. Guess what? You've been in a simulator your whole life. And that is the brilliance of this mind control madness. Mm-hmm. Now, everything I'm saying, I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying.
I'm just
saying. Are we still allowed to do that? Is it still we the people?
Right.
Better think about that one. I love how people say this. This is the new threat to the democracy. They keep saying so-and-so's a threat to our democracy. Please do define me what democracy truly means. And are we a democracy? That's the little voodoo question. Interesting. All right, I went too far. Go where you going. Wow, what far? I'm back.
You didn't go too far.
Whew, I'm back. Here we go. Went on a jet stream, went that way, a little up that way, a little this way. But now I'm back.
Okay, let me tell you, everything is manufactured right now. This crisis, right? The shortage. You know what the shortages are? It's because they're purposefully blocking cargo ships, right? All the states, the governors are like not letting the cargo ships in. So now it's like, oh, we have a shortage in our supermarkets. No, we don't. What did all of a sudden we run out of ground? We ran out of seeds? No, we didn't.
I thought of this. This is why I don't buy it at all.
Right.
Let's just say, first they started with, and this is what people don't understand, the blind state of all. You're in the midst of everything. Every time you start looking this way, hey, what's going on with our supplies? COVID numbers are up. A new strain. Joe Rogan's dangerous. Misinformation. Horse pills. War with Russia. Trial about the sex. Oh, wait a minute. Hillary got caught. Spy. War with Russia. It is, you don't have time to digest anything. It's belly laughing funny once you figure it out. Yeah. Belly laughing funny. Yeah. And all you got to do is just go, no, I don't, no. It's all done. So if let's just say the supplies are stuck on ships.
Right.
How do you unite a country? You know how many boats are in this country? What about our military? What about all the private ships that exist in America? What about all the private boats in America? What about the cruise ships that aren't used? What about all that can easily go to the floating supplies that just are overloaded? You're telling me
Right.
that we wouldn't that'd be the greatest patriotic humans looking after each other, and we're all heading out. The private boats, you go that way because you got more space. They're going to be waiting for them at the docks and cheering them on. That's when I know it's all bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you remember those when there was during the election? There were all those Trump boats out in the
Yes.
right?
Send them out.
Right?
Dude, I'll paddle. Give me a paddleboard. I'll be out there for 20 minutes going, anyone know where my back deck material is? Anyone know where we can get fresh bananas? That boat? Thank you. Fresh bananas. Thank you so much. Thank you.
There you go.
Shortage of supplies. Liars. When are people going to wake up? That's the more fascinating question. Or to just sit there. We still stuck in the Roman Empire, eating our chicken leg. Well, it's terrible. I don't understand why we can't get supplies. When's the ball game on? Where's the latest Jay-Z video? Let me check. Hey, these gas prices are really high. Let me check my brand new phone and get in my car and bitch and complain. Hey, can I get a grande 7-shot latte milk? Can you believe these prices? When are we gonna wake up when that's all taken away?
Dude. Here's the thing though. Problem, reaction, solution. They're creating this problem. The people are going to eventually react, and they're going to say, well, we have the solution. And whatever their fucking solution is, it's not in our interest. It's in their interest.
Well, we already just did a terrible test run.
With what?
The test was go run and get, and they went, whoa, guys, whoa. Have you tried eating better? Have you tried ivermectin? Wait a minute, no. Have you tried hydrochloroquine? They could be lying. Why are we believing this?
Right.
Show more images. I run fear. And as long as there's fear, I shall own this world. Dude, I'm too hopped up today. Am I too hopped up today?
No, dude, you're dead on. Everything.
All right.
On. Like, this is really what's going on. And
I know.
It's about time we just stop.
Call it what it is.
Yeah, we stop whispering and just
stop whispering. Start saying it out loud. And if you don't agree, then go, I don't know what to tell you, pal. I clearly see one thing and you clearly don't, because I believe you're still staring at a screen like this.
I want to talk to the people that disagree or don't understand what I'm saying, because maybe someone will, convert somebody. You know what I mean? Someone else, because that's what's missing is the voices, like on the news and television today. It's all, toe the line. Everyone say the same thing. Everyone says the same thing. There's no like, well, what's the health nutritionists say about like the COVID or whatever? Just like what you're saying, there's no diversity in conversation anymore.
Who's the chick? Is she a CD chick, CDC chick with the dark hair, kind of short, and you'd see her all the time going, "Oh, we need to do this," and now all of a sudden she's going, "Oh, we didn't know." You know what I'm talking about?
Was this the one that said the thing about the biolabs in Ukraine?
No. I saw that one too. I'm talking about the CDC, and she's going, "We were kind of hoping this would work. But then we didn't, they lied to us. The vaccine companies lied to us. Boy, did that get that came out for like 30 seconds. By the way, the CDC just admits that we gotta care for Ukraine. These people are suffering. Can you show more videos of people getting blown up for Christ's sake immediately? Jesus Christ almighty.
Right.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
She came out, the one you saw every day, and she's like, put this on and be responsible. And now she's going, they lied to us, and we didn't know it would. The first day, now that they put the records out there, did you see the side effects in the first 90 days they never reported?
No.
I highly suggest everyone look at it. We'll just leave it at that. The first 90 days.
But hold on, and if you're talking about what do they call it, VAERS?
The report, yes.
Website. Did you know VAERS? They say they only log like 1% of
Right.
cases.
Right.
So if you're seeing, 1,000 cases, that's 100,000 cases. Seeing, I'm not good at math, but if they're saying it's 100,000 cases, we're in the millions, right?
Probably
10 million. What would it be?
Now, but I will say this, just like the virus itself, I go by who I know, what I know. Mm-hmm. I can't go by the VAERS report. I can't go by the report that just came out. All I know, personal firsthand experience, 2 major malpractice. I know at least, it's got to be personally, I could probably name 20 people that have had COVID. Mm-hmm. Not died, not hospitalized. Just my science, okay. My testing, my personal world. I can also say there are me, Chris, Dave, 8 of us that took either ivermectin or a Z-Pack or steroids, and it went away within 24 hours. You can't take that from me, right? Because it's truth.
Right. Experience.
Truth.
Yeah.
You can't call it whatever you want to try to call it. However you want to try to demonize it. The real demonizing is the fact that this was not recognized. That is the real calling of how many people died, how many people suffered, how many people will continue to suffer because the truth is not allowed. We're in it in America and the world right now. You better believe there's a boogeyman, because the boogeyman exists and he's right here, right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, I went crazy. I'm back. I feel like I should have a cape. Now, everything I say, people, is just a character.
Right.
Okay? Nothing I'm saying, I'm claiming I'm right. Nothing I'm claiming, I'm saying I'm wrong. I'm what, Jimmy Shaka?
Just saying.
I'm just saying.
All right.
I like this. Keep going. You got me all wound up.
You know what? But I think
what's the end game?
The end game was what the beginning game was when all these bad guys got together. They basically want to take, number one, they want to take down America, but probably
they're doing a decent job.
Right. Probably even before number one, right, is that the banking system is their banking little system is over. Okay, the money system that the Fed has and all this stuff. You know the way Fed works, where every time they print $1, they get paid for, right? The Fed gets paid for printing money.
Okay, I did not know that.
Okay, so check this out. So yeah, let's say they get I don't know, a penny or a piece of a penny every time $1 is printed.
Okay.
So that means that dollar that was printed is not worth $1. It's worth $1 minus their little interest.
Okay.
Now you play this game for 100 years, which is what it's been going on, and now it's interest upon interest upon interest, so that entire dollar is running out of space. It's all just interest. It's all just interest owed to the Fed or to the bankers.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
And they're like, "Hey, wait a second. We're not going to make any money off this anymore. So what are we going to do? Well, we got to come up with something else, because this system was not built to last forever. It was built eventually. It's gonna run out of space, right? It's like a hard drive, right?
Okay.
And so that's where they're at now, where they're running out of. It's not, the dollar is becoming worth nothing. Right? So that's why they want to. They're like, well, this is definitely going to happen. So what are we going to do? Well, what did Russia do? Russia said, screw you guys. I'm kicking all you banksters out of here, and we're going to use the ruble, right, or ruble, whatever it's called, and we're going to back it in gold and oil, because we have plenty of gold, we have plenty of oil.
Didn't India just do that?
They might have.
I thought it says something with India. Now, here's what I find fascinating. I got a lot of what ifs. Okay. We're just going to do what if scenarios for everyone. These are called what if. Label it however you'd like. What if, okay, don't get mad at me. Just go with me on this one. What if, for a long time now, we've been the bad guys and never knew it? Not we the people. We the people are innocent victims by whoever's been in control of our territory that we call United States. What if we have been the bad guy? Because if they control, like a bully, I'm just going to be hanging out here in Japan, make sure everything's cool. Keep all you punks in line. Let's set up some banks here, banks here, banks here. What if some of the things, now we should talk about this back in the day. I go, you know what worries me? We go into so many places and we send our best people. We send our most patriotic people, passionate, and they get us and they send you. And what if all those times they sent us, it was an alternative motive in what they weren't telling us? And now we're at a point in time where we're starting to go, hey, wait a minute. Who's really the devil? Is it bankers? Is it corporations? Because corporations run this country. Is it pharmaceutical? Is it all the above? Because they also, just like any other empire, Roman Empire expanded the world, the British, all the great empires expanded the world. Well, guess what? Pharmaceutical, corporates, media, all the demons of humanity that are soulless, they're just in it to make $1. And guess what? They don't care about you. They don't care about your child. They'd rather drug your child and make sure they're drugged and sick for a long. And when they drug your child, the child eventually gets sick where they can just continue to make their money. Corporations, there's no more. Hey, John, nice to meet you, Johnny. Johnny, I know you got a tough time at family, so I'll make sure you take care. You're just a number. We've all been one big. What if we've reached a point in time where we discovered, wow, that's what's been ruling us for a long time? Just a what if, just a thought, could be way off base. I don't know. I got another what if. Any elaboration or thought on that? Just a what if. These are what ifs.
What if they've been steering us subtly, little by little, through cartoons on up,
movies, television,
yep,
magazines,
right,
celebrities, sports stars, all your favorite woo-ha-has.
Yep.
I got another one. Okay, so all right, before we even go there, I do think this, though. I don't know where we're going, but I do think it's going to get a lot, not worse. You're going to have to get a mindset here. You can look at it as worse, or you can look at it as this is the new realm. And like a drug addict, we're being stripped away of the drugs to head in a new direction. And while you're being taken away from those drugs, my television and my fast food and my every Sunday I watch the ball game and we work from Monday to Friday and what am I going to do? Because Sundays I do this and on Tuesday and Wednesdays at 3:00 and I gotta drive this type of car and you don't understand. I want to watch the ball game it's all stripped away,
right?
And now you're in survival mode where there really is a lack of supplies. There really is a lack of, they keep saying it. They keep warning you. And these warnings have been going on for the last 2-3 years. And one by one, they keep happening.
Yeah.
Which makes me wonder too, when they're like, oh, you're a conspiracy guy. When you started seeing things and they're going, I'm just telling you right now, watch Russia. Watch what goes on in Ukraine. You remember the underground was all like, wait, do you see Ukraine? And now here we are. Oh, you think, wait till they start asking you for a card to get into arenas. Oh, conspiracy. Here we are. Oh, you're not going to be allowed to buy food and this and that unless you get this, and people be. Guess where we're at? So when I started seeing things about, I've seen things where are we? I don't know. It's like, are we going to? It's got to get up. You heard that Biden's going to die of COVID. Have you heard that one?
I just heard Obama just got COVID.
All right. So you heard also the conspiracies of the big names that start getting COVID. It's really what is it? It's the code for they squealed. They squealed.
Right. What was it? They squealed or they
gave all the information and they made the deal. The deal is done. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
We were just texting back and forth yesterday how, what's his name? Bob Saget. They are not releasing any of the information on his death. Not like there's no autopsy. No, it's all locked. The judge says it's locked. his reason for death and all that?
Why?
Why?
What?
Was he that big a celebrity that like, or you can't?
We knew what happened to Robin Williams,
right?
or so they say. I
Yeah.
still question that one. That one breaks my heart. I don't know if I can think he did that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Interesting.
Anyway,
Crazy.
Nazikazar, explain that, because I've heard that term, the Nazara, Gazara, whatever it is.
Nasara, honestly, I personally, I'm on the fence with it because, like I said before, there's they're creating the problem. The problem is, but they're not saying that the money system is collapsing, because that kind of takes. Well, then why do I have to even listen to you anymore? All these banks are going out of business, so what good are you, right? They're not saying that,
Right.
But everybody's talking about, what are we going to do? Are we going to go completely crypto? Are we
Right.
going to go, this and the government's going to make their own kind of crypto that they can tax, because they can tax cryptos. So Nasara is supposed to be, and it might be the greatest thing ever. This might be as you call a good guy project, right?
Yes, I've heard about it.
Right. So it might be, and it's supposed to be something about debt forgiveness, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Debt forgive. Basically, we start with a clean slate under
Clean slate. Everyone, boom. Everyone's good.
Under a new money system.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, that if that's the case, then great. But just be careful that it's not another Canadian system, because you know what happened in Canada?
What?
They said, "Oh yeah, we'll offer you debt forgiveness. All your home, your mortgage, your car payment, completely debt forgiveness.
But we own it.
We own it. You can use
That's
it all you like until we
brilliant.
change it.
Absolutely brilliant. So we got to watch out for, like, hey, I just want everyone to know that your cars, your house, your education, it's all forgiven, but we own it. Well, I'm sorry, what?
Right,
What was the last part? I own it. What do you? Whoa! You keep murmuring on my side of your mouth. I own it. That's what I thought you said. Yeah. It sounds too good to be true. Sounds way too good to be true.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it does. And
so let's hit on this, because it's. I had an interesting conversation yesterday. I went to lunch with a couple I had never met before. Well, I met them, but the other couple is he's an English guy. He's an English guy, and he brought his wife, and I know them. We get to see each other once in a while. He's like, hey Jim, let's can we meet up? Comes from Northern England, and I said sure. And the four of us sat, and they started with, they were so nervous. Back to the point before, they were so nervous.
Yeah.
And they're like, so, what do you? I feel terrible for the people of Ukraine. Like, what do you think? And I went. I said, I'm just going to say this. In my heart, and from my observing, the outright filthy propaganda and disturbing lies and distortion that has been fed to us to go into wars and murder and be murdered, genocide. We won't use that word, but I'll use it. Vietnam, genocide. 60s genocide. Give them drugs, send them to war or college so we can program them. Disturbing. Why would I believe them now? Why would I believe anything they're saying ever again? I don't care if you watch Fox News, CNN, your local ABC radio star. How do you know? Because they all are characters. They all are stars selling reading and hitting and exaggerating the executive produced. But that's the genius of the stars, because it looks like they're making it up, and they have the in, and they use terms like our close resources. Oh, okay. Oh, this one's real. I bet he said this is a very, very close resource. It's so close that we're allowed to exploit the whole world. What's really happening? You must be so special. You really falling for that again?
What
over and over and over? Why would I believe anything going on right now? Explain to me why I should be concerned. We may have let's say we have a nuclear war. What are you doing about it? I'll tell you what you're doing about it. You're loving the moment you love right before the big light flashes off. Do you think sitting there listening, going, spending all your energy? That's what they want. They want to suck your life. They want to suck your energy. You're a father. You're a brother. You're a caretaker for the elderly. You are an emotional, important soul that can help so many other people. What do they want? To suck your energy, to infiltrate hate over something you have zero knowledge of. Zero. And it's been going on since the beginning of time. Why should I believe any of it? And why should I care? Because people are dying right here. Have you been to San Francisco? Because if you haven't, quiet. Have you been to New York City? Because if you haven't, be quiet. You love your politicians, but you know nothing about them. So be quiet. And until you turn it off and you stop talking about it, then we can have a conversation of what I honestly think about all this madness. Turn it off and think. Think. Yeah. That's what I would say. So we got into it, and then we were all on the same page. And then they started going into, now, don't you think it's weird? They brought up, don't you think it's weird that Biden's son was on the Ukraine big gas company, oil company? Don't you think it's weird that Pelosi's son
and
daughter too?
Yeah.
And John Kerry, they all have been paid and part of a board in Ukraine? Nobody finds that weird or suspicious. No, it's because I'm a Democrat and I wear my Democrat shirt and we are the Democrats. We believe everything they say. Are you that stupid to not acknowledge real life? And I'm not insulting Democrats. I'm insulting anyone that picks the team without thinking.
Right.
But you don't even think.
Yeah, that's also our training there too.
Well, I would do that too if my son would. No, you stop it. Well, they'll do anything just because they joined a team. That's insane. Boom, 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 boom. Insane in the big brain. No brain. I'm insane.
That's what one of my sources said, that if you're buying any of this Ukraine stuff, you haven't been paying attention at all for the last 2 years. You know what I mean? Because they've been bullshitting about everything else. All of a sudden you're buying this, you know?
Come on.
And here's the funny thing. This is, to me, as soon as I like happen to pass by a television somewhere in a store and I see Ukraine bad.
24/7.
Oh, no. It's Ukraine bad. Russia bad.
Russia bad. Putin
Russia
bad. Putin bad. Putin bad. Putin bad.
Bad. Ukraine good. I go,
Putin bad. Pray for Ukraine. Putin bad. Putin bad. Putin bad. Ukraine. Pray for Ukraine. Pray for Ukraine. Pray for Ukraine. Tonight on CBS. Pray for Ukraine. Putin bad. Tonight on CNN. Putin's really bad. Show an example how Putin's bad. I'm really bad. Show him how Ukraine. Pray for me. Pray for me. Next on Fox. Oh, in Ukraine. Pray for Ukraine. Putin bad. Putin bad. Let's go to our local radio station. This Putin is really bad. Ukraine. We got to pray for the people of Ukraine.
hold on a second.
Putin bad, Putin bad, Putin bad, Putin bad.
Now somebody out there though is going to say, Jim, but Putin's blowing up hospitals and children and you know, he's killing the people of Ukraine.
How dare you get on that YouTube and say the things you say? Because I'll say it again. Nothing I'm saying is right. And nothing I'm saying is wrong.
Right.
I'm just saying, this is a goof. I'm a character. You certainly cannot be threatened from a silly podcast. That's just ridiculous. Don't you think?
We're just talking.
We're just talking. Are you not allowed to talk anymore?
Right. We're just two people talking. That's all.
We're just having fun talking. Is that such a serious note? We're totally goofing, having a great time. And that's what's great about American freedom. Ain't it, Jimbo?
That's right.
God bless America. Why do we have to say God? Land that I love. Should we really love it?
Isn't that crazy? How much they've kind of tried to dig us down and you know why? Okay, hold on a second now. You know why?
Why?
Because we are so powerful and we are so beautiful and so we have so much strength. Americans, humans. We have created something on Earth, freedom and we can walk down the street.
Love.
We have, right? We get together. We have people we love.
Kindness.
Yeah.
Forgiveness.
Right. This is
Keep talking.
yeah. All we need is love. Listen, love your neighbor. You don't bomb people you love, number one, right? You know, we don't hurt people we love, and it's kind of easy. Sometimes, like, people will say to me, "Oh, well, you love everybody," like it's a bad thing. I'm like, really? That's a bad thing? I think isn't that what Jesus came here to say, right? Didn't he? Hey, Jesus, how do we get to heaven? He goes, the kingdom of heaven's all around you. You just don't see it. He's like, he didn't say we had to go someplace. We didn't have to die to get there. He goes, it's all around you. You just don't see it. Well, okay, fine. How do we see it then? Love your brother as if that was you, as if it was yourself.
Simple.
In the long run.
This son of a bitch is trouble. Hey, I'm trying to help people. Nah, we can't have you talking like that, bro.
We're all in this together. You know?
That's right.
And
well,
yeah. But we are all one big thing.
You never know. You know, I think of this too. I'm going to go out there. I'm going to put on my parachute. I'm letting everyone know right now I'm going up to about 40,000 feet in the air. And that's where we're going right now. So bear with me. Sometimes I just wonder, because the human consciousness has so much power and potential when you let it flow freely, way more than the natural human anticipates. To the point where I even think about our relationship, meaning we've lost touch. And it wasn't just you. I've had this many times in my life where I was like, I gotta find Jimmy Shaka. I gotta find Jimmy Shaka. Like, Jimmy Shaka, we gotta connect. We have to connect. And we lost complete connection. It was before cell phones, before everything. And then I'm working at a resort, and then a guy calls me. He's like, Jim, if you can get in with this comedy club, you'll get about 6 weeks of work. You gotta drive 5 hours. Like, it was 2 in the afternoon. Like, oh my God, I mean, at what time? Let me try to get out of here. I almost got fired. I get in the car. I drive 4.5, 5 hours. I got no money. I have $20. I fill my gas tank up. I get there, first night canceled. Second night, 8 people, first show. The end of the night, the owner goes, I can't pay you, man. I'm really sorry. We had nobody in here. I was hoping this would be a better premiere, the club, blah, blah, blah. The oldest guy, I'm pissed. I got no money. This was my big chance. I wanted you to know, like, dude, this is my big chance. You're going to be a singer, and I'm on my journey of a comedian. And the main guy goes, Breuer, don't worry about it. Let's go. There's a dance club. I said, I don't want to go dance. And he goes, no. I want to buy you a beer. All right. We go. There's a cover charge. Already pisses me off. He goes, no. I got you covered, kid. He covers me. I go in. It's everyone in there is in their 40s, 50s. I'm like 23. I don't want to be place is packed. I'm doing this to get to the bar. I'm already annoyed. I make it to the bar. I'm waiting 20 minutes. I've got just older people around me. Like, oh my God, this is like a divorce court heaven in here. I need to get out of here. I can't even get the bartender. I'm like, screw this place. I turn around. I go to the door. Right before I leave the door, I hear this incredible voice. And I say to the bouncer, I go, is that the radio, or is someone actually singing? That voice sounds better than the radio. And he goes, no, it's a band. I went, that's a band? And I said, I have to see who the singer is. The door was right here. And I stopped. And from a place I was not supposed to be. And there was no reason, the circumstances that led to this moment, no matter what you believe in, science is your God, so be it. I sat there and went, hold on now. I got to see this person. And I took a couple steps and I moved some people and I look on the stage and it's you in Jacksonville, Florida at a Holiday Inn bar crushing in front of divorcees. And I'm like, if my eyes could have done this, I went, boom, boom, boom. How did this happen? And I'm moving, and I see you on stage. I go, Shaka! And you're singing. You're like, holy shit! And
I just remember the sea party. Like, there's this guy, like moshing through people to get to the stage. I'm like, what's this all about? Jim Breuer.
The point of this is that we reconnected. It was unbelievable. Yeah. But that nonstop, like, believe what you want. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's true. I've got a lot of those stories, like Yoda. And you sit there like, whoa, yeah. Whoa. A lot of those stories. And it's not me. People are like, oh, no, it's not. I think everyone's capable of doing this. So somewhere along the line, this thing always bothers me. I know a lot of Christians or whatever. Okay. So many of them I hear, Jesus is coming back. And I go, I don't like that statement. I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. Because it's not that it's false hope. It's like you're waiting for a ride. Instead of taking care of the situation right here, right now, you're waiting for the ride. The ride's coming.
Right.
It deranged. It moved your thought process. It moved your spirit conscious because you think you have something to fall back on. So what I'm saying is, there's times when I honestly feel that churches, religions, all of them, were purposely made. If you believe in the dark and the light, if you believe in God and the devil is what? The great deceiver. And what better place to deceive than to go, I represent God, and I shall give you all the knowledge of God. Now, do I believe it exists? 100%. I don't know what that is, what it defines. I don't know if it's energy. I don't know if it's a big light. I don't know if it's actual. I don't know. But from my personal experience, there's times when I don't go, Jesus, but and I have to just be blatantly honest. And it makes me wonder sometimes, how much are we capable of? How much beauty really, how much telepathic power we have, how much energy we have to that we can hone in and give to one another in a beautiful light. And has the dark already figured that out, and they've been held in us captive for centuries because they figured it out, and they're the ones controlling it. They're the ones manipulating all of us. And the minute we're free from turning it all off and just believing and enhancing ourselves, that is the day they fear the most, because their fear, power, control is forever gone.
Yeah.
Forever gone.
That's it. Because
forever gone.
Yeah. We are getting, like I said, I think we're more powerful. We're so powerful, we scare them.
100%. Whew. Dude, I got a nap. I'm exhausted. I'm mentally, physically exhausted. I'm done. I was jumping around. You got me all whacked out. Thank God this is just a bunker and it's all nonsense and no one's going to believe any of this because it's all just silly nonsense. Take it for what it's worth. Right. Shaka, I love hanging out.
Oh, man, this was great.
Oh, a quick question.
Yeah.
You do you think I should put videos on Rumble? Because everyone says I should go on Rumble, but I don't. What do they have videos?
They do. Yeah, no, you can. You can do videos on there. They do have like subscribers and monetization and all that stuff.
They do?
Yeah, they do. Yeah, a lot of people are moving over there. People were on Twitch, but then all of a sudden
someone told me do Twitch too. What's going on with Twitch? No good? They're censoring?
People. They dropped some people that are this girl called Kate Awakening who just she does like a kind of Rogan-esque podcast and just talks about stuff going on.
Okay.
She must have said something they didn't like, and Twitch threw her off the platform. So she moved over to Rumble. I actually just signed up for Rumble.
Okay.
Yeah, as Jimmy Shaka, Shaka.
Be careful because you're going to get a lot of fake infiltrators.
Yeah,
pretending you're a friend, and then they get information and they try to take it up. Be careful.
Yeah, no, I know. Believe me, I know. Yeah,
you've been around for a long time.
Yeah,
we've been doing this for a long time.
Right.
They don't want you to think. Remember that?
Of course.
Bow now 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 down to that.
We should make the theme song for this bunker thing. You
know what? That's a cool idea. So what we're referring to, and we're only going to do it if you request it. me, Shaka, our friend Larry, this guy Paul used to go in Shaka's basement. We call it Willie's basement, and we would just jam. When I say jam, no writing whatsoever. We literally I would wait to hear a certain jam, and I'd have a thought, and we would just go with it.
Yeah.
And you were amazing because you knew how to go with me. You were like, no, just because you knew I was out of whack musically. I don't know music. I don't know tones.
Right.
I would just go, and you were like, whoa, let him go, let him go. Okay, let's work around him. You were amazing. Right. And we came up with this song.
Yeah.
Called Think, and it was what 2003, maybe 2002, 3, and I think of that all the time, especially, and the way that was influenced is I was driving home from the rate of maybe home from Willie's basement.
Yeah.
And I was coming out of New York City area, and I saw all the lights in the air, all the planes coming in a long line in every direction, all the lights and all the moving lights and everything. And I went, this is a scene from Star Wars. Like when you used to sit there at Star Wars, go, how weird is that? We live in it. We live in it. It was pitch black. It was, what was this like 200 years ago? What was it like? And then that was like, whoa, I don't know if we were supposed to get this far. And then boom. So we came up with a song called Think, and maybe we'll air it one day. It's totally raw. It's trying to make up the lyrics as go along.
No, it was great. You even started off saying, just think about like an Indian.
Yes.
American Indian. You just.
Yeah, that's right.
And then all of a sudden, contrast that with like New York City, Star Wars.
Yep. Yeah.
Whew.
Yeah. Well, good times, man. Always good seeing you, Jimbo.
Always good.
Give your mom a big hug. Tell her I said hello.
Yep.
And I wish her love. And I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for joining me today.
All right, my brother.
Have a good one. Jimmy Shock, everyone. God, me and Jimmy go so far back. And I was also telling, I have a lot of stories like that. And some of you may underestimate some of the things that I said, especially, now I'm not talking about the bunker or I have my sunglasses on. Take it for whatever you feel and for wherever you want to go. But when I'm telling you, I've had a discussion yesterday with a guy who's like all about science, and that's okay. And you try to poo-poo religion. And I think a lot of people confuse religion with true spirit and faith. It's a huge difference. If you want to go by Jesus, he wasn't a religion. He just said things, and they wrote books and said what he said or whatever. There was no churches and all that. I'm not saying we should do churches. I'm just saying I've had some incredible things in my life. And if you're not open for it, if you're not willing to open your consciousness, your heart, your mind, your soul, you're never going to be able to see it. But unless you do, you can never criticize unless you lived it. And I lived some incredible stories. And I'll share them with you in another podcast. But they're pretty powerful and they're pretty inspiring. And I know you're capable of doing that, and you have done it. Whether it's thinking of someone with all your passion and love, and all of a sudden you connect with them. And that's a crazy story. You want to call it coincidence? Go ahead. You can label it however you want. I see it as something deeper. Much deeper. Even the way my daughter was named. There's so many parts of my life. I'll think of how I see it, and I won't push it on people. I never will. But I'll always just tell the truth about it. But I'll continue to ask too. I'm not to be categorized. And I will not be categorized. You're a Christian. You're this. You're a Buddha. You're that. No, don't categorize me. Because the minute you categorize so many people, you have to understand. You got to know your enemy to fight the enemy. And part of the enemy is mind blocking people's perceptions. So if you say the word Christian, people immediately think someone with a Bible and the right way, and they say if you get abortion, you're going to hell. That's the great propaganda sales pitch that they infiltrated with people. Every Muslim is a terrorist. It's evil. That's the propaganda that's been sold. Every Jewish person is this, and this. Just walk the walk. Open your mind. Open your heart. And think. Stop watching all the screens. Your life is going to be just fine. Don't fear not being entertained. Don't fear if you miss the news for a couple minutes, you're going to not know what's going on. God forbid, what do you think you're going to be? Left out in the cold, homeless if you don't know what's going on? Got to start deprogramming. It's soul searching. Thanks for hanging out in the Breuniverse. See you next week.
This is going to be a Broadway play in 3 years.
6 foot safe.
You look great, Grandpa. Take out your cameras for selfies because Jim wanted his head sticking out the edge of the cannon. Oh my God, I love these. Sexist, racist, rights, gay rights, people rights, human rights.
For what you are about to receive.
And may you all have love and laughter in this crazy lifetime we're living.